So this is a nightmare that just happened. This thing is really old. I turned the knob, even though the knob has not controlled the heat since we moved in. We either have heat or we don't. It's not controlled by us in the apartment. It's controlled by the building. And a few years ago they did a computerized system, but then it never worked for our unit. And then we ended up with like, they put in like a wall mount thing that in the living room that is supposed to like gauge the temperature of the whole place, and it's really not accurate for us, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. So this knob is never really, it's not turning on the heat, but it's like a psychological thing, especially if the heat is not on. Like the heat wasn't on a little bit ago. I turned the knob, this knob, and sparks happened. And not in the sexy way. And burn, electrical burn into this floor. Thank gosh it's like, actually it's very vivid on camera. Yeah, that's a burn. That's an electrical burn. There's sparks, fire, yada yada. And I just peed. I had to wash my hands, and then I was like, you know, like. So the assistant super was over to like see it, and just, yeah, this thing is a mess. Like you can't even like fix it, touch it up or whatever. The most I do is I've dusted, but obviously didn't do it recently. Yeah, terrifying, because that knob is clearly very broken, and now there's the worry that anytime it's somehow touched there could be a fire. And I'm just grateful that the curtains didn't catch fire, or a towel, or the toilet paper right there that yeah, so that happened. And fire is bad. Like, got tenant insurance, but don't need displacement and stuff going on right now, so we'll see what happens. So that happened. It's not been a good night. The assistant manager did remark on the view though, because apparently he lives facing the other way. So it's great during the daytime because of the water or the way the view is, but he really liked this one with the city view, right? And it is kind of eye-catching if you're like, if you're in the dark and you're standing over here this way. It is quite eye-catching. I mean, there's straight at you is the CN Tower right there in the big window frame. So, I get it. That's great, a better view, but please, like, if this... So, the other person who lives here, they touched the bit that was the fire spark thing, and it's not a hole. But you can see from that point, that's where the spark of fire landed, and trajectory lines of it. So at least it didn't do a hole through that thing, because it's cement. It's a kind of flooring that's very hard, which is great, like, because you can't damage it easily. But holy crap, that was scary. Anyway, I have to write words. I wanted to race. There was an event of racing, and Rockstar just was like, no, you don't get to. So I tried, but it said no, so I missed out. And that's that. So I'm gonna watch YouTube, and then I'm gonna write my words, and then I'm gonna probably watch more YouTuber videos. And I should have read today. I slept a lot, dreamed a lot. Didn't write that dream down, because at the end of the dream I was on a bus that was going out into rural area. It was a city bus, an old city bus going out into a rural area, and I knew that wasn't what it was supposed to do. And I don't know, it's unnerving to be on a bus in a horror kind of dream nightmare. And to have, like, I woke myself up because once I realized I was not going specific place, I needed to wake up, like, yeah, Those dreams during the day, especially that I crashed during the day and slept, it's unsettling because you don't know where you don't know if you're actually going someplace when you're on a, I don't know how to explain it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. And the other people were, there were other people on that bus, and I don't know. Anyway, so it is. Yeah, a bit sparky here. Waning full moon, and I gotta go.
What? Of course. No, I'm gonna just go unbathed entirely when I go to the interview. Yeah? What? Okay. So stop wishing death upon us. Right. You're worrying terrible things into existence. Only if it's a terrible $1 million. It'll be insurance money. We've got $2 million of insurance on the apartment. What? Well, then don't.
delusions. Men and their freaking delusions. Which says a lot. It's 11:09. It sort of smells like cooking in here. I've done my words. I didn't have any mistakes. Except for yeah, you know. What the hell? The streak is going then. The continued streak. I've done 21,239 words in 23 days. Which, again, when NaNoWriMo happens next month, that'll be nothing. Nothing. I had a few breaks. One break, I guess. Yeah, I really didn't feel like writing, but I did it anyway. Affectionate, concerned about leisure. No. Introvert, negative. Yeah, fire. Was concerned. Uncertain thinking. The past touched them. Oh, that's like a poem. The past touched them. Yeah, I'm not feeling affectionate, and I'm not talking about leisure. I think it was because I mentioned a bus from a dream that they think, oh, she's thinking of, like, traveling, and no, it's just a... Anyway, I'm gonna, it's 11:11. Make a wish. Yeah, I need to... I'm a bit nervous after that, bathroom thing. It's a bit nerve-wracking, honestly. But yeah, I typed my words on my laptop again. This trusty thing is going to... Oh, you know what? I gotta deal with this. I gotta change it to Toronto. Okay, so I'm gonna change this. Why does this say, like... Oh, that's so dumb. Yeah, Toronto, Ontario. Now, that needs to change, that app. Like, freaking heck. No, like, change it, dude. Change it. N16, 2, 3, 4. Like, why does it wanna... Yeah, like, freaking change it. It's not letting me. It, like, gave me... It teased me. It told me, sorta, that I could, and then it didn't let me. Come on. Ugh. I gotta set up this laptop soon again, because if it's gonna be my NaNoWriMo thing, and I'm gonna be using it all the time, I better get my crap together with it, you know? It's clearly, because my QWERTY writer keyboard is beyond, it's useful enough, but not useful enough, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Yeah, 11:15 p.m. Another day just gone like that, and I did not read any books, and but you know, it is what it is. I'll read soon. I didn't go outside, but I will soon. Oh, why did I care so much about frickin' racing? I just wanted to race too, you know, but probably didn't help that there was some messing about seeming to happen in WhatsApp stuff. Like, a bit of being played, that's for sure. Huh? Yeah, I think so. But it is what it is. Yeah, I need to get a different hobby. But it's fine. Oh, that reminds me. When I was just curious about people getting involved in it, I thought that would be great racing. The one person literally was saying,
No, I'm done racing for now. As if I was going to ask them on my team. I already have my team made, pretty much. There was only one more person that I thought was taking, and one more person that hadn't gotten back to me. But other than that, I already had a whole team. But I was still curious about some people, and they were like, the one was like, no, I'm done with racing. Meanwhile, I saw they had joined the server channel for this, and I was like, yeah, right. And then when they were posted to a team, I was like, why lie to me? Why be on my list and just flat out lie? Why not just say, I'm assuming that you want me on your team, and there's no way in hell. But I am on another team, or whatever way you want to say it. But I wasn't going to ask you to be on my team, number one. Number two, if we're on each other's friends list, why can't you just say, yeah, I'm going to be I'm going to be on a team I'm racing? Or just say, I don't know. Why lie? Why do people lie? And I'm called a fake on this game. I'm called a freaking, by somebody who messaged me, or I'm called a liar. It's like, are you freaking kidding me? You guys do this all the time, and I don't. In fact, I'm in trouble because I'm freaking too blunt and honest about shit, you know? And I ask questions, and people don't like that. That just makes people... Like, that's kind of me asking a question so that there's clarification on a loophole and my guesses. But no, just continue to speak down to me like I'm stupid. That's real great. I really enjoy that. I don't know. If some of the stuff that's happened already on streams of videos where you see people taking people out for wins in these crew battles is any indication, we're just gonna see it again on a bigger scale. But yeah, to talk down to me, you make no sense, I'm afraid. Really? No, I think I do. Maybe they're faster than you to register. Oh my gosh. Really? Yeah, no. I just wanted clarification, and it turns out that they wanted people to be in crews. Yeah, I was so hyped. I got people to join that probably wouldn't have even known, they wouldn't have known about it. I was talking about it so much since yesterday for people. Yeah, have your crew team 2, crew team. God, it's so stupid. It's so stupid, because it's like, I do make some sense. You're telling me this is so you can tell the difference, but you're going to have, you know, I'm just going to let it be. It's 18 p.m. 19. I got stuff to read. I don't like being called liar. I don't like being called, what is it? A liar, a thief, or mostly a liar. Like, don't call me a freaking liar. And because, like, my truth is something I've stood by for a very long time, and living in truth, like, that's kind of something I've only had to hold on to for a long time, is like the fact that I'm consistent with that, but I'm open-minded to, like, challenge my opinions and thoughts and ideas, but, like, I speak truth, and that doesn't always go well for people who are used to, I don't know what it is, but I don't know why I expect. I guess I hope better and more for people than what is actually the default for some people. So anyway, I'll read this, and yeah. Wasting my time on this. I was so excited. I want to race. I love racing. And yet I really don't like it when people power trip on me. Like, just be consistent about your rules. Tell me what's going on. If I'm asking you a question and you want to talk down to me, about it as if I'm stupid. That's just not gonna go over well. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, putting the cord away from up top. Shit. Hoping that I don't. All it smells like cooking, or like maybe it's the floors heating up with the old cleaners. Less spiders now. Got 2 kitties here, Smudge and Pico. Hi. Under the new suit, huh? Well, this makes me nervous. If it's the floor heating up, it could be the stuff we use to clean the floor. That's like, there's a layer of it probably still on the floor, and as the floor heats up, the wooden floors, the hardwood floor, that maybe that's the smell. Sort of bakery, not bakery, baked, like, I want to be like Crisco, I don't know, some sort of smell like that. I mean, stuff like that happens first heat really of the season, so yeah, that city though. So there were fireworks probably for either the event that's way over there or the stadium. More sirens. I'm gonna put my laptop away. I feel nervous about the bathroom. What the heck can I do about it? Nothing. Except try not to worry. So I put the cord in one drawer and I put the laptop on the thing in the other. And then I need to get my anti-anxiety meds, which I'm running. I have to order a refill tomorrow for one of the meds. So, anti-anxiety meds. I take them at night. I'm supposed to take some of them in the mornings, but I already sleep like too much. Oh wait, I have tea at the table. I already sleep too much right now. What gets me is that I went from like being a kid who couldn't swallow any pills. I didn't even want to swallow like I couldn't even do like whatever they give you, aspirins, Tylenols, anything like that. And I think for much of my childhood, any medicine I had to take was usually liquid form. Not because I was picky, I just couldn't do it. And then I was never a person to really take anything ever until when I got sick in the factory and I had to go on prescriptions, and then I ended up, I'm sure at some point while at the factory I probably had to take Tylenol or something, and that's probably what got me starting to get used to it. Or I had to take antibiotics for when I'd have something happen there, like an injury or something, like when I crushed part of my thumb. I don't know, but eventually, before you know it, you're on medication, and then they're switching them up to try to figure out what works, and then you're going through health crisis while trying to work at a factory, and you end up not doing good with the medications and going off them, and now it's just nothing. I mean, I'm not to the level of like taking my meds dry. I can't just like take pills without liquid or anything like that, like but I am amazed at the amount that I'm just not good. Not what I certainly didn't want to have to take another one when this pandemic started. That's supposed to be helping me with my nightmares. And honestly, if that medication is still helping with my nightmares, if it's still softening the nightmares, I mean, today got bad before I ended up on the bus in the dream. Today's got bad, and it was, I guess they're not as bad as they were, because when they were really bad, when after the pandemic started and anxiety went really high, I did need help with more to it softens the edges, but if this is the edges softened, because I think it's increasing again, like I think the nightmares are getting worse. Like, I'm used to nightmare adventure dreams, as I call them, every day. I'm not surprised, even when there's gore or something happening. It's terrifying when situations or certain people or things happen. It's scary. It's nightmares, right? I'm used to nightmares. There's just an elevation of them eventually. I know it was beyond what I could actually cope with into 2020. That I asked for help on that. Like, I was like, I know we've got me on the best, thing we can do regarding the anxiety. I know we're doing the best, but I can't handle this part. And so we dealt with that. But now I'm like, I don't know. I guess I'm still okay, but I'm a little concerned. I'm a little worried that what happens if the edges aren't softened anymore with the nightmares. Like, what if it gets bad again? And I'm stuttering a little bit while I say it, because I feel like with winter is coming, with the oncoming, like, there's a lot going on for people. I mean, they're stopping more supports for people. It doesn't affect us, but it does, because we live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of people that are depending on the help that is what little help that has been given, and it's just gonna affect a lot of things, and there's a lot of stuff. It's stressful thinking about, and it can't be with all these countries having, and all these places and even provinces in our own country having issues with case increases and whatnot, and then that variant that has another mutation of it that's, I don't know, they say it's in a few other countries. It's got to be here. We're in one of the major cities of the world. So I guess I'm just a bit concerned that we're acting like there's no problem. Everybody just, carry on. And there's no plan really being shared, except we're open for business, even as businesses keep closing because of financial hardship. I mean, and now they're taking away more supports for that, for those businesses. I don't know. It's just really, I'm concerned. And then the tendencies that were protected for a bit, I guess moratoriums were lifted, but people were being evicted even through that so-called moratoriums. The evictions were being pushed through over Zoom for people. So what's it going to be like when it's lifted, the so-called moratoriums lifted? It's just going to be, as they say, they're going to get swamped in January with like people, with landlords pushing through so they can get higher rents. Because again, all that, earlier, especially last year, you could rent for about what we pay now or less, or just slightly above, fancier condos and stuff downtown. It was like crazy what they were offering. Bonus, like money, cards, free tuitions, a car space, different things, like a car that you could use in one of the places. I mean, there is a lot of really big pushing incentives for renting, because there was a lot of people that left the city when remote work became a thing. A lot of people were like, well, if there's nothing going on in the city, I'm gonna move out, like, of the city. And I never really totally got that. I mean, I could sort of get it, because I can think of, you know, being in a cottage in a, like, a nice area by the sea or by a forest, you know, in the middle of woods, in the middle of nowhere, somewhere nice, in the garden, yada yada. But, like, I also thought, if you live in one of the major cities in the world, you moved here for a reason. You left your small hometown for a reason. There's a reason why you want to be in the city, and that stuff will be here after. I mean, if you leave, it's not going to be easy to come back either. And it's just proving to be that way, and I don't know. I just have various, and of course you had the employers that were like, yeah, we're all for work remote, and then a lot of them are gonna change their minds as soon as they can and be like, yeah, we're punishing you for you being remote workers. And oh yeah, the access of availability for those who were we suddenly could accommodate because the whole world had to, like, the certain factions of the world had to accommodate for work from home to keep working. Suddenly they're going to go back to no, we have to have you in offices, like, when they eventually get there. I mean, some companies are remaining no, like, we're not going to risk it because of we don't want any liabilities or responsibilities, or because the inevitable shutdowns are there's gonna be, like, they're acting like there isn't gonna be a lockdown in the winter at some point. And if there isn't gonna be a lockdown, there's I don't know. Then they're just gonna be like, yeah, okay, this is fine, with, like, everything just not fine. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's a bit anxiety inducing. I mean, if one of my older vlogs, or one of my vlogs from this year, had, like, it was like one of the clips ones where I was, like, just taking clips throughout and then putting them together. There's one of all the sirens when the cars were going to do a very violently forceful eviction of an encampment of people within, like, walking distance from here. It was horrible. The force and the police just, you know, where are people supposed to go? And at least they were somewhere where they could be helped. And I think we should have some freaking compassion during this time period, or any time period, but especially now. I'm just, and it's like, I know, I'm just up here, watching from this tower, you know, watching it all down below. But I'm touched by it. I'm affected by it. I'm affected by it too. I mean, you can't help but not be affected by it when literally the first few months of the pandemic we had somebody at our door. I mean, they've had people sleeping in the hallways, but, like, in the stairwells, but I mean, we had somebody knock on our door being suspicious, you know, like, and want entry. And thank goodness, like, I didn't answer the door, and it was somebody much taller than me that answered the door. But that was early on. It's just like, so it's come straight to our door, and I think that creates an edge of, I mean, I don't know. There are people living in all sorts of different situations. There are people that have absolutely no fear, not affected at all, would not even think that anything is to be worried about. And I suppose they may have other, like, support systems, people in their lives that are there for them in various ways, and maybe that helps, obviously, and maybe they have backup resources and stuff. I think that probably does affect people's stress levels. Maybe for us it's just not so easy. Plus already an existing chronic anxiety condition does not help. I'm trying my best. Like, I sound like a mess, but I'm actually the one that's the level-headed one, as far as like I'm the one that like keeps us focused regarding the finances and keeps us like keeps it rolling, has to manage things in such a way. I'm not the one that functions in certain ways. It's like I don't know how to explain the dynamic, but like I keep it pushing. But it is yeah, it's a lot on us both. Which is probably why we're speaking to someone about it individually, to try and help, but we're not really following the advice. I mean, one of the advice is to take long walks. I know, I would love to take a walk. I would freaking love to take long walks and wander, but I'm also like, I'll get there. I don't know how to work it out, I don't know. I don't know how to work it out with myself, like to manage not being concerned. Some people are just so unaffected. And I know, I've heard a pal had said, you need to smoke weed or whatever. And I'm like, I know that I'd have to be dosed properly, because I was so affected by those, a part of a brownie years ago on my birthday. But yeah, I think a natural, of course, that would be probably a good idea. I can't smoke very well, and years ago somebody had me, do it from a bong, and it was a lot for my bronchial, whatever, my lungs. But yeah, like, certainly probably wouldn't hurt. But then again, I don't know the way it could affect what I'm already on, and am I even so frizzed out, like frazzled, or what's the word, like, because the wiring in me, like the fight or flight, has been damaged for so long. Like, would that shit even help? Would it? Because I know a lot of people that play this freaking video game that are on, that smoke and all that. It used to be a hippie thing. Now it's just everybody. And some of them are not chill or not cool, and are actually some of them are chill, but some of them are not. And they're complete and utter not good. And so I'm like, does it really help? Because if some people are like that, is it really that great? Because, like, I don't know. I mean, it's legal here, but I don't know what. Not that it's an option right now anyway. Financially, it's just not an option to, like, have anything like that. My meds are covered because of my condition, and my pension for like my work, or because it's a secondary condition that I am covered, but not for that stuff. So, and obviously if we're budgeting food, we can't budget that. So I don't know. I gotta breathe. I gotta go for long walks. Need to read. Need to write. I don't know. Cat's calmed down. He was playing with balls, and I heard him do a nice stop now. Yeah, I'll go now. It's like 11:49 p.m. So
Saturday, October 23rd, 2021. Wrote my words, so that's 23-day streak. Nearly didn't because I am reluctant to complete it, to keep going, because part of me is like, why? Why am I doing it? Why? But there's reason to keep doing it. This creating habit, routine of some kind, and I don't know. Is there anyone else that actually has experienced anxiety, agoraphobic tendencies? I call it it's like reclusive agoraphobic tendencies, but I actually am not entirely that's not my default setting. It's just how I've been affected by the anxiety condition. And I wonder if other people who are going through that or went through that before the pandemic, how they've been dealing with it during this time period. I mean, I know the necessity of having to be pushed out of your so-called comfort zone, though I don't find it that comfortable to be longing to be outside all the time and to not be just out there, so I'm just curious how other people are handling it, and especially for those who are new to the experience, because there's a lot of people that have suddenly joined the ranks of being affected by health and being affected by the stress and stuff of how things have been. I wonder what their thoughts are about how they're managing it. I don't know. I think there's some people that may have some experiences that are relatable, or maybe they don't. Maybe nothing changed for them and they're like, what? Everything's cool. I don't know. I think perhaps a degree of being able to live in your complete total own world, or be completely disconnected or cold from reality when you live so close to certain things. Like, I live near a hospital and I hear the sirens, and I live near where I've seen visible encampments, and I live near places that are places for support of people who are going through things. And so I'm not able to deny it. I mean, I've seen the helicopters for airlifting people to transport to from other provinces and whatnot, because I live in a major city. So, I mean, it's different for me perhaps than those who are more isolated or live in an area that doesn't seem quite as affected. But I am curious what people think as they're going through this, and if they've found themselves altered by it, and if 2020 still feels like 2020 is still happening when it's 2021, verging on the edge of 2022. The year 2022 is coming. I mean, I know a lot of good things have happened for people as well. There are people that are doing fantastic things. I mean, I just popped into my head Ariel Bissett, who bought a house in part of Canada and has been renovating the house, and it's I mean, good things have happened for people as well. People who have been able to have opportunities throughout this, or have accomplished great things during this time period, and what's it like for them as well, who perhaps maybe are also dealing with those experiences and survivor guilt, or if they experience that at all, if they're just living their best lives, and what's that like? What's that like, living your best life? I don't know. I'm just curious. I'm curious if people have some thoughts. I know some good things have happened for people, so I don't want to just say it's all been bad. I mean, even for me, I've had some good things happen and some sad things happen. I mean, and nothing happened and some things happen, right? So I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm curious about people too. So if you wanna let me know, that'd be cool. Comments like just get over it or just go outside won't help me though. Just saying. If it were that easy, I would already do it. Just saying. I love outside. I've got like lots of photos and videos from being out, and I know that I like it out there. So I don't need to be told to just go out. It's not that easy, and it is that easy. I'm aware of that. I just can't. Don't you know? That's not what that's not helpful. So but yeah, I'd like to hear. Just I don't know. And so it's 11:55 p.m. and I'm gonna end this vlog. It was a long one again. Hope you enjoyed the view. Here comes that train. Close to midnight train. It's down there, you can't see it.